is one of the most unique games of our time. Its open world environment, parkour mechanics, and combat system were unprecedented for its time, and it is a landmark title in one of the most iconic franchises of all time. The kickstarter to this greatness was Assassin's Creed 1, the underrated relic of the franchise, the game that kickstarted most of the innovations of the Assassin's Creed franchise. First off, Assassin's Creed has a fleshed out open world environment. There's multiple things to do in its open world, and it's only the first in the franchise. Interrogate, there's multiple things, and they don't always play out the same way. Then, you have these unique parkour mechanics, traversing through rooftops and historical monuments, traveling through vast and gorgeous environments full to the brim of assassination contracts, brotherhood missions, and pickpocketing, all these different activities in all this vast open environment. This game has some of the most profound philosophical concepts and themes. Assassin's Creed tackles philosophical and ideological concepts with so much precision and impeccable storytelling. Not only does it do this, but it also has a unique combat system. This heavy, weighty, realistic combat system is literally a feeling of reality and weight behind each attack. Every single hit feels like a real sword and a real person. Every move and attack has so much weight put behind it. This is one of the most unique and mechanically impactful combat systems out there. Altair ibn al-Ahad was quite the character. He was a huge part of the philosophical and ideological concepts, follows this completely, making him one of the most compelling video game characters of all time. So many moments of profound dialogue with philosophical themes and concepts. The mechanics allow for so much versatility of movement. This is one of the first games ever since Prince of Persia to revolutionize such a concept, taking it to almost its fullest potential on its first go. It's that innovative for its time. When you travel rooftops and areas, there's so many different ways to leap, climb, and traverse, and to see this play out in so many different ways on its first go is outstanding, especially for the time it came out. A huge, vast open world environment full to the brim with people, places, assassin contracts, following people, pickpocketing, and investigations. This game is not only fleshed out, but it's huge, and it has multiple open world maps also filled with all those activities as well. A game that's large and has a groundbreaking combat and stealth system for its time, turning it into one of the most iconic stealth action games of all time. Assassin's Creed 1 that still to this day they're trying to recapture, but nothing said it like this game. This relic, this video game marvel, this trendsetter. This game has fallen under recent scrutiny, however, it's very disingenuous and inaccurate to such a game. The Assassin's Brotherhood have this profound philosophical themes and concepts behind what they're doing. That's why they are at odds with the Templars. This was back when the Assassin's Creed was a brotherhood, and you felt that. The combat system is intense, brutal, realistic, extremely impactful. You feel the full effect of real humans' weight and motion with every solitary hit and every attack. Not only feels realistic and looks realistic, but you feel the impact of each attack in every way. This realistic, intense, and brutal combat system is one of the single greatest combat systems in video game history. It also gets harder as there are areas where there's tons of enemies, and in the beginning of the game you can't counter. You have to earn these techniques throughout the game, giving you incentive to play as well. This combat system, each attack has so much weight put into it, giving it a level of realism. Everything has so much care and attention to detail put into these attacks, and you feel the weight of it too. Assassin's Creed 1 is one of the most unconventional and innovative games of not only our time, but in video gaming overall. It added so many different mechanics to its parkour, so many different mechanisms to its gameplay, a detection system that works unique from Metal Gear and works extremely well, and stealth system where you are out on your own terms to hide from guards, hiding in plain sight. So innovative, so many different mechanics and mechanisms to its gameplay, to its open world, giving it a layer of individuality from any open world. This is one of the single greatest open world games of all time, right up there with AC2 and Brotherhood. That's how much effort and passion they put into just the first game. This game sets so many trends. This game, people really need to show it some respect. I've heard the criticism of this game, and a lot of them are wrong and unfair towards a game with this level of effort and passion. People say it's repetitive. I'm like,
I'm gonna come up there right now and I'm gonna fucking stuff that thing up your fucking ass. Go fuck yourself!
you investigate people, interrogate people, pickpocket people, fight off guards, hide in plain sight or hide in an area. All these different gameplay options in each area you traverse. Oh, so that's not true. If you can do all these different things, when people say this and that, it's so inaccurate. So the open world environment of Assassin's Creed is full to the brim of civilians, places, missions, activities. Many times I had to sneak behind people and listen to their conversations or stealth near them and pickpocket or even interrogate them. Traversing through rooftops with the unique parkour mechanics only found in this game, across the land, traveling through, seeing these larger historical monuments and landmarks. It's like you're really going into the time of the 1100s. It's fully immersing you into that feeling. The gameplay is realistic with realistic and, dare I say, revolutionary parkour mechanics. Traversing through areas is smooth and incredible. This game's open world design is full to the brim with civilians, people, contracts, pickpocketing, investigating, interrogations, and it's very large. This game that set the trends that would lead to Assassin's Creed's revolutionary gameplay mechanics, you see the gameplay mechanics and functions of Assassin's Creed were revolutionary for their time, and it single-handedly changed the open world genre with not only its revolutionary mechanics, but its refined gameplay and traversing through with some of the most profound parkour mechanics ever put to a game. Every aspect of this open world is alive and breathes. It all responds to your actions and it feels lived in. The notoriety system, the detection system, the social stealth system. There are so many systems to this game, introducing some groundbreaking gameplay mechanics already in the beginning of your franchise. This revolutionary, groundbreaking video game that defined an entire video game medium. Assassin's Creed's combat, stealth, detection system, all of these aspects of the games are real functions you can utilize in-game. They would later add even more choice and gameplay freedom to the sequels, because the first had such a strong foundation to build off of. This is the game that built upon the foundation that would later lead to the sequel video games. Traversing through this game feels free and open. There's so many activities and things you do in its open world that it's impactful to the story and the world. Reminds you, the world responds to you. It's a highly interactive world. You have to interact with the open world environment. You have to interact with the civilians and people in it, hide or blend in sight or discover information and many other options. This game has multiple attacks and animations that are realistic and believable. It has a counter functionality to its combat system. It allows you to gently push through crowds, blend in with other people with social stealth. You can also tackle people and hide from guards. The detection system feels realistic and feels like people actually have to see you in order to be detected. So when you hide from them, it also feels real. It allows you to get away from tough combat situations. I fought numerous guards with this game's intense and realistic combat system. And this is before you encounter... this is before you earned counters. And it was hard, very hard, and is a testament to great realistic combat mechanics, especially for the time it came out. Its open world is fleshed out. Its combat system is realistic and intense. Its cities consist of so many different mechanisms of interactivity to its open world. It's fleshed out from an activity standpoint and from a gameplay standpoint. You have the hidden blade, the knife, throwing knives, and a sword. You can even fight with your fist. There's multiple ways to handle people and situations in game, giving you a level of choice about how you play. You see, the open world design and mission design are connected, and this makes each better and stronger. Do you know how many times I traveled through this game and found multiple maps with different things going on in each? I would discover and travel, fight guards, hide in plain sight, sneak into areas, and become the ultimate tool of stealth and lethality. It's so immersive. The first game is unlike any other. Even its combat system was unique and honestly superior to that of 2. And 2 was excellent, but that's a different story. That's how much this game stands out. It stands out from every Assassin's Creed ever made. These parkour mechanics are outstanding, from mechanical depth to realistic animations to multiple ways of reversing and catching yourself when jumping upon rooftops. The parkour allows for versatility and freedom in traveling the open world. Most games would just use like a vehicle, but this game is special. It uses a horse, and you can't even utilize a horse in the city. So you have to utilize parkour for exploration and travel, which is amazing because these mechanics are so fluid and refined and responsive and mechanically deep, and it's awesome. Investigating people requires understanding of the game's mechanics as you hide in plain sight or sit in a bench or hide in the bay or hide on the rooftops. There's multiple ways to stay out of sight in Assassin's Creed, thus fleshing out its stealth mechanics. What is social stealth? Social stealth is a gameplay mechanic in Assassin's Creed where you hide using the environment and its people to hide. No other game did this at that time or since. Assassin's Creed pioneered the idea of allowing people to hide using the people in the open world. No other game did this, at least not at that time that it came out. And even if it didn't do it quite like Assassin's Creed. There is no game but these unique stealth mechanics. There is no game that has you traverse its world through parkour. There is no game that tackles these kinds of themes and philosophical concepts in this way. Assassin's Creed is the single one. And Assassin's Creed 1 is the ultimate trendsetter as it paved the way for so many games later for years to come, including its own. That's the thing about Assassin's Creed. You complete missions in different ways and you assassinate targets in different ways too. It allowed that level of freedom in its gameplay design. Assassin's Creed's open world is so fleshed out. For a first attempt at a game like this, the amount of activities, the way you synchronize and find new things to do by having more of the map revealed. You have to manually interact with this open world. It doesn't do it for you. You see, Assassin's Creed is about choice. Should I stealth? Should I use parkour to escape? Should I go all out? Or just stay in the shadows? Assassin's Creed is an open world game that gives you that choice. Many open worlds have activities that don't matter. Everything you do counts. And there's a really good amount of activities, especially for a first attempt at a game like this. This game came out years ago. It's got this much fleshing out its open world. From its complex parkour mechanics, to its vast open environment, to its numerous activities that don't play out the same way. It's all about choice. It's all about freedom and versatility. Will I use my throwing knives to stay hidden? Will I interrogate or pickpocket or investigate and eavesdrop? Assassin's Creed has all these different mechanics in its open world, making it fleshed out. This game is such a video game staple, adding some of the most ambitious gaming mechanics that would later be used and expanded upon, in not only its sequels but many other games. This game defined an entire medium of open world games, back when companies didn't really make these kinds of games as often like this. This made open worlds more of a staple, more of a household name, and one of the defining achievements of this is Assassin's Creed 1, the very first, the original game, this game that laid down the foundation for what would lead to many other open worlds in Assassin's Creed itself, thus this defining achievement of gaming history. Traverse through rooftops, investigate people, pickpocket, stealth around guards, leave, escape, move, maneuver, fight, and use throwing knives or a knife to either stay in the shadows or reveal yourself for open, realistic, and intense combat. This game is the definition of choice and freedom. Every time I leave, the world responds to my actions. It's integral. It's interactable. When I fight people, they shout. They see it and react. When I escape, others are running too. When I'm in the wrong area, guards come after me and I either have to escape or fight. The world is so alive. This game, remember when this came out, when open worlds were few and far between. So to see an open world with unique mechanics and an environment with people who respond to your actions in the game world, the people are actually alive. And the environment responds to you. It's all about choice in Assassin's Creed. There are so many different mechanics in Assassin's Creed that have become a staple of gaming history. Because of this game, this is what gives games, especially open worlds, freedom when every encounter plays out differently. And oh boy, the different things you can do with the parkour, with the game's mechanics is satisfying to pull off. All these different open world activities that are fleshed out and has a variety of different things. Sometimes you'll have to parkour. Other times you'll have to stealth, you'll have to do different things with a lot of activities, and it makes the game feel more alive. Its open world is so alive that if you were to leave, it would still function. Assassin's Creed is split into numerous memories. Since you're in a machine tied to Desmond's DNA, so he can relive memories from his ancestors, one such being Altair, each main mission is split into memories split by DNA strands. Each memory requires what the game taught you about its mechanics to complete, so you have to utilize the game's mechanics to your advantage. Stealth is your best option. You see, going all out in Assassin's Creed is not as viable, because the combat is more realistic and it can get very hard, especially when a whole group of guards show up. You could die, all because you went all out. Assassin's Creed is a stealth game at its core, so you put yourself at an advantage by trying to be stealthy, and the game is more interesting as well. At its core, it's an open world action stealth game with gameplay choice and freedom, manipulating situations by doing different tasks to complete missions in different ways. They don't play out the same way. There's not only one map, there's multiple. You think that one map you visited was big, wait till you get to this one, this other area, or this other map. This game is more than an open world, so you can utilize its mechanics in different ways, giving you more space and breathing room in its open world, making it kind of addictive. This is a groundbreaking gameplay loop Ubisoft crafted, thanks to the director of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. Before he left to THQ, he did a phenomenal job with an open world environment design they would later use in other Ubisoft titles as well, and it would become more refined as the series went on. This was the template they got from that. That's why this is one of the most important video games ever made, showing a level of skill and talent that went into its open world design, that went into its relatively and brutal combat system, from exploration and parkour. Your investigation is complete, you can continue to do more investigations, or you can leave and return to the Bureau. You see, Assassin's Creed gives you choice. Its open world is actually free even when you do a mission. You can finish and choose to traverse and do other activities at your own leisure. You're not pulled into a cutscene and put to the next level. This is one of the pioneers of the open world genre since Grand Theft Auto. This one set the standard in a way no other open world has since. Save civilians. You can even save people from guards, and civilians will stand up for you because they don't want to be oppressed and get inspired by your activities, and you can go up to them and save them, and they will also fight the guards and will hold them down for you. The environment responds to your actions, to your activity. It's that alive. There's even destructible environments in its world too. There's even a group of scholars who walk around. You can blend into them. You can blend into out in the open world environment, so you can hide in between them, moving around. There's even a mechanic in the game that allows you to blend at any time. Even if no one else is around you, you can blend manually. Although blending by yourself is not as effective as blending in with scholars or a bench, or even hiding in a hiding spot, these are more effective. The game has this, shows the level of choice Assassin's Creed mechanics give you. Assassin's Creed changed video game history when it arrived on scenes. The way you play it, missions are so fleshed out, you do a combination of stealth and action. It's all a matter of player choice and player agents. The game gives you a great amount of freedom and versatility. The parkour mechanics and city interactions, the environment is responsive to you. And this came out after Prince of Persia. This was supposed to be a spin-off to Prince of Persia, but Assassin's Creed is its own medium. When I played the mission, I hid around scholars and walked past the assassination target. You have two choices. You can go into action and fight off guards, or you could stealth, kill, and escape. Hidden blade, throwing knives, the sword, and a knife. Different tools and options in an open world. That was the first of its kind. This game was revolutionary for its time. This game in particular, the very first Assassin's Creed.